Breaking news. Millions of Americans are poisoned by fugitive gas every year. What is fugitive gas? Where does it come from? That is a very interesting question. You'd never suspect that you would be getting gas like this in your very own home. But here's the FLIR images to prove it. It's astonishing. It's just coming out of the walls. What is this fugitive gas? You might think this is some kind of joke. It's no fucking joke, ladies and gentlemen. The gas from the frack wells can migrate through the ground and come up through the basement and then start coming up through the sheetrock, the side walls, the wet walls, if you will. And you puncture a little hole to hang a mirror and out comes the fucking gas. This is just one of the many ways that you can get gassed in America. And, are you tired of winning out there yet? You should try living in a fucking coal mine if you haven't done that already. What are you looking at here? Have you ever pumped gas out there and smelt the fine aroma of the gasoline, the essence of the New World Order, the essence of liquid death, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, that's what they're pumping up from the ground, right? Fossil fuels. It's from the dark side. It's from the underworld. It truly is worse than you can possibly imagine. And it's all fucking leaking everywhere. And, we've got the FLIR fucking video to prove it. Not just, this action from your living room. People are getting gassed everywhere thanks to, these frack pads everywhere. And I don't know how many people know this or not, but like out there in California, people in LA are living like right on a gas field. Basically, the Inglewood gas field that you're seeing here is just huge. It's huge. It's everywhere. All these fumes that are coming from this network of pipes and wells and the like. It's gassing everybody. And now it's everywhere. Have you seen the maps of the pipelines and shit? Oh, and let's not forget about what they're doing to the water supply. Out there in California, they're irrigating their fruits and vegetables with recycled frack water. And they have been for many years. And you're eating that shit. It's like The Simpsons, it's like it's coming out of the nuclear power plant. You're eating that shit, laughing like you're a cartoon out there. And people really wouldn't know the difference because they're so, on the meds. 1 in 2 people out there are on the meds, and it shows because they're like, just watching the television, in trance, hypnotized, believing like all this stuff is awesome. They see this, number on the big board, go up and down every day. The Dow went up 200 points today. We're winning. We're winning while they're fracking the shit out of the whole country, poisoning the water supply, poisoning the food supply, poisoning the air. They're bringing the death towers, into your neighborhood. You see these reports where these people are like, living now next to the frack wells, now, living next to the flares and the outgassing. And they're like, now we got this box of meds, just so that we can breathe. You know what I mean? Number one, bitches. You tired of winning yet? Why don't you go to the fucking coal mine out there and figure out, how wonderful that shit is? I can't even believe some of the shit I see on TV. Oh, we're winning again. We got more people going to the coal mine. We got more people, sucking on the gas. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, we should be celebrating this shit. It's never, ever looked more like Mordor than it does today. If it wasn't so fucked up, you'd think it was like a cartoon. but it's not. It's not a Hollywood movie. You know what I mean? It's not science fiction. This is our world now, and it's only getting worse. And of course, with the automation, the AI, the Skynet, the Matrix that's coming, I mean, you know, it's only going to get worse. You see how they treat the air like an open sewer, the environment like a dump, ladies and gentlemen. Like, you know, half the species have been wiped off the planet. They're the canary in the coal mine. And we're next. The video guy is so fired. But look at these flares. You should see these methane maps. You should see the outgassing. You should see the reports. And we're not sure what's up with this methane tornado that just shows up next to, you know, these flares. But it looks like, you know, something straight out of hell. Something straight out of a, you know, scary movie, to say the least. And of course, you know, all of these gases, these spirits from the fossil fuels from the underworld that are being released, you know, onto the surface, it's probably not a good idea. You know, it looks like the flames of hell, and who knows what is coming through these gas clouds. But it's our understanding that, you know, these types of gas clouds are an adjuvant for demonic takeover. They help with the infection, you know, from one person to another. You know, of course, the demons are like, you know, a succubus, a parasite, a virus that grows in its host and then, you know, leaps to the next, you know, sheeple without any armor. And, you know, the smoke, the haze, the evil that's out there just lets this virus propagate even more. That's why, you know, they just keep promoting darkness out there, ladies and gentlemen. Not to segue, big breaking news. Millions of people are sucking on fugitive gas because these pipelines and shit are everywhere. And all of it's leaking like crazy. And, of course, it's invisible gas, so you can't see it without, you know, special equipment. So you might go by like some of these factories and say, oh, look, you know, they're super clean. They're not burning nothing. Well, what they're doing is they're releasing gas that's colorless and odorless. And they're always next to the rivers, you know, so that they can dump their shit right into the water, ladies and gentlemen. And, you know, this, you know, this administration and the media really aren't covering it that much. They'd rather talk about the impeachment and the Russians and World War III, and certainly not about the eugenics programs. I mean, they've turned the entire country, your city, into a gas chamber, literally, and people, you know, are cheering on the sports. It's the full-blown idiocracy out there, morons and crazy people everywhere, and they're going to doom us all. You know, if it was up to me, I'd ban the TV for like a year. People wouldn't be allowed to watch the TV. You know, the Sodom and Gomorrah, Silicon Valley would be shut down. We'd let people be able to breathe and, you know, just kind of be humans again. You know, I think it'd be, you know, what an experience if people could just get off their phones for a year. You know what I mean? And just go back to the real world. Go back to the pre-9/11 world for a year. Could we just do that and then come back to the shithole that they've, you know, unleashed out there? And of course, it's only going to get worse. But hey, we just thought we'd bring this to your attention. Fugitive gas poisons millions of Americans every year. And you should hear the horror stories from these communities that are being impacted, you know. And of course, you know, none of this stuff is recommended to breathe. In any case, we'll let you do your own research on the harmful effects of volatile organic compounds. For those that are aware, the sources are just, you know, becoming more and more abundant out there. And it's like they want to gas us all with this invisible gas. And, you know, people just probably aren't thinking about it. They're not thinking about the fracking. They're not thinking about the fluoride, the vaccines. They're not thinking about, you know, this Luciferian agenda that you see on TV. They're just not thinking about it. They're thinking about, you know, how wonderful the the stock market is. But I mean, you should hear the horror stories of, you know, what these people are really about. And I think that, you know, that's happened more often than not in coal country out there. They've lost everything. You know, it's wiped out everybody, killed everybody, left a huge wake of devastation. And just about every industry is, you know, like-minded that way. They're out there to exploit people and to, you know, do whatever it takes to get the job done. We'll leave it there for this broadcast. Be sure to like and share. Check out our website, stfnreport.com. This is Stranger Than Fiction News, and if you're listening to this, you are the resistance.